This is on. Okay, it is. Okay. God, Goddess, morning, friend, afternoon, evening, day, night, whenever you see this. Wagwan, 𝐂𝐸𝑆 best friends. How are you vibing today? I hope all is well, no matter your vibe and frequency. 𝐷𝑒𝐸𝑆 to those who are new, 𝐷𝑒𝐸𝑆 𝑁𝑂𝑇, welcome Black. Black is for expansion, friend. For those who are returning to my channel, becoming wise gal, a real, following my soul vibe. Friends, those of you who are new, I am the rare Black unicorn, a real journey in these social media streets, and my channel is an astrological tarot audio visualization. On my channel, I break down the energetic effect and effect that the spiritual realms have on us, helping you have a better understanding of your haters, of your money, of your love life, of your health, overall, you, friend, via tarot and astrology, specifically the moon, because the moon is connected to our subconscious, where we are consciously, subconsciously living day in and day out. Overall, friend, I spill the energetic detox tea so you know how to move in these energetic and physical streets. Bless. So for those of you who are new, now that you know who I am and what my channel is about, let's finish breaking bread and have a seat, babies, at the table. Catch the vibe and get into today's holistic astro tarot talk. So we're just jumping into the astro version today, friend. There will be no, well, it'll be a short little inspirational tarot pull. I'll pull a few cards, but for now, it's just predominantly the astro. Okay, friends. So I'm going to let you know right now that when I'm channeling messages from my higher self and with my higher self and we having a conversation, I'm in the zone. I write everything out. So I'm not at the point where I can remember everything and get that emotion, that feeling, that message through later on. So I'm going to be looking down because I write everything out. I'm a writer. That's how I express myself, through writing. And that's how I express myself the best. So this week or today is the Cancer last quarter moon. So, and then this week is the waning crescent moon phase. So just to give you a little bit of the detox tea on how my higher self, the things we discuss as far as what the last quarter moon represent overall and the waning crescent moon phase and things like that. So the last quarter moon, energetically, that's like going from the emotions and the season of fall, and now we're going to enter winter. So the last quarter moon is the transitional phase. Like when the seasons change, we're entering a whole new different realms, dimensions, cycles, and phases at this point. And it's transitioning today. And then we're going into the winter phase for the rest of the week. So the last quarter moon and the waning crescent moon phase always gives me, from a tarot perspective, it gives me the Fool card energy, Hierophant energy, and High Priestess energy. It also is, there's emphasis that my higher self told me that on the root chakra, the lower heart chakra, and the higher heart chakra. And also I got the download of, as far as energies and frequencies and dimensions, because we're dealing with the energy of the Fool, which is meaning starting a new season, a new cycle, a new adventure, a new journey in life, or at least you're trying to, you know, regardless if you're consciously or subconsciously doing that, you know, subconsciously, energetically, we're being pushed to start the next phase, the next cycle of our life, or that we're in, or at least to level up in the frequency of our journeys. So that gives me the energy and, the frequency and the dimensions of 0, as well as 2 for the high priestess and 5 for the hierophant. So doubling back as far as 0, energetically, 0 to me, as you all know, numerically, if you are into numerology, that means completeness, totality, being whole, a full circle, divineness. That's God, goddess energy. That's how I look at God, as male and female energy, and all the energetic characteristics that is of God and of goddess energy. It's the energetic DNA, yet put into physical qualities of the God we believe in and that we trust in, because we're all a physical reflection of God and to our understanding as far as love, and our journeys overall and our life overall, however you believe in God as far as qualities and what God can and cannot do for you, regardless if you consciously or subconsciously acknowledge it, only your reflection of that aspect. You know, we're all reflections of it individually. So 0 frequency is, to me, death and life. You know, it's that stillness, it's that balance. Why? Because everything is complete, everything is whole. You know, it's having no need to budge or bust a move in any sort of way, because it's grounding frequency. Because when you're one within self and you're one within the God of your understanding, you don't need to just move in all the time. You maintain balance. You're still when you need to be still, and you move when you need to move. It's grounding energy. Why? Because that's what goddess energy brings to us. It brings us grounding energy. When you feel the closest to the God of your understanding, you feel grounded, you feel loved, you feel blessed, you feel encouraged, you know, and that's how you grow your own self-encouragement, become your own self-inspiration, your own self-motivation. That's what the 0 frequency is to me. It's that finding peace and stillness to learn, to create hope, dreams and desires, to become one with and to align to, you know, to make peace with, by finding self energetically, by and through tapping in with yourself to what is true to you and your energetic makeup. You know, the frequency of God, goddess energy bestowed upon you, both energetically, meaning your higher self, as well as physically, meaning your lower self. You as the physical representation of your higher self, which is the soul's journey, the fool's journey. This energy, this frequency, I mean, the 0 frequency is of higher self's energetic being. You know, it's energy before incarnation being began, before taking on a shape, a form, a purpose. If you're into like science and stuff, and you get a chance, look up the different dimensions. There's 12 dimensions. Some say there's more. I'm not too sure yet, but as far as I know, I've been told through my higher self that there's definitely 12. There's definitely more, but from our perspectives right now and within this world, we don't know about the other ones. We just know of 12 thus far. So, like I said, the frequency of 0, that's the higher self. You know, let's see before. Okay, you know, and then with the 0 frequency, with it representing our higher selves, it didn't know what was going on to get out of its, what it's going to get out of its physical life, meaning our soul. It doesn't know what it's going to get out of being in a physical form before becoming a physical energetic being. No matter what type of, you know, living being the soul or energy chooses, and it chooses to be, but the soul, our soul, does know that it will have endless possibilities as long as it stays true to that energy. The frequency, the dimension of zero, where the true knowledge of life, both physical and energetically, is and isn't, you know, Ashe. So, but the zero dimension is nothing, yet it's something all at the same time, if you catch my vibes. It's the beginning of formation before it physically, mentally, and emotionally felt, you know, but at the same time, it's nothing yet something, because it's full of possibilities and opportunities. So, that's the zero to me. That's the full energy. That's the zero, energy. That's the zero dimension and the zero frequency to me. And that's what we're going through this week energetically, you know, because we're releasing. We're going to start a new journey, whether you're physically tapped in and consciously know what's up, meaning consciously. When I say physically, I mean consciously, you know, consciously what's up as far as your energy and the energy that you're surrounded with and in. And then subconsciously, meaning that you're still operating from a subconscious perspective and aspect, you know, like people say, quote unquote, you know, they not woke, they still sleep, or, you know, oh, I'm woke. We're all woke in some type of way, and we're all asleep in some type of way. You know, we are all going through the cycles of waking up and sleeping. We're waking up in certain areas, but yet we're still asleep in other areas, meaning you're living a conscious, observant life in some type of way, but yet you're also still asleep and unaware of what you need to do to resolve this, whatever challenges you're facing, in your life currently on a more permanent basis. We are all still going back and forth, trying to figure it out. So, and that takes me to the 2 energy, which is the high priestess energy from a tarot perspective. But energetically, just on the 2 energy alone, that's the energy of balance. That's the energy of prosperity, of teamwork, peace and harmony and partnerships, you know. The 2 frequency from a scientific perspective, that's the y-axis, is when energy starts to build. Things are growing. Think about it, because right now we are in the waning moon phase, and this is when during the weeks of the waning moon phase, that's when we're releasing things. So when you release things, you're going to vibe higher, right? Right. You know, when you start working on yourself internally to externally see results, you're going to start gaining height. Your energy is going to get higher. You know, you're going to be able to complete a lot more things physically, you know, because internally you've released some things so you could vibe faster. You know, you understand things better. That's the mental body, which is what we're focusing on for the month of, not for the month, but for the season of fall. We're figuring out how to have a mental understanding of our emotions and just the mental body overall. Right. Right. So, as I was saying, friend, the 2 frequency, it was downloaded to me. And when I talked to my higher self, it was all about, like I said, things starting to grow, things starting to sprout in the dark because of waning moon phase, specifically the waning crescent moon phase. Things are starting to take on a shape. Something is being produced and or reproduced in the dark. If I really pay attention, you can really like energetically feel it. You can energetically see it and energetically understand it, what's happening and why. Like I said, when I say energetically, that does not mean that you consciously, meaning physically, will know what's going on. It just depended on your vibe and your frequency and where you're at in your life. Oh, sorry. But as I was saying, you'll have a better, if you are conscious about the subconscious world, then you'll start to you'll start to pay attention more, I'll say, in regards to having an understanding. Okay, now I know why I'm going through this. You know, it's not just you just going through this like, oh, this is just life. this is what happens, yada, yada, yada. No, you'll have a better understanding because you are more aware of energy and what's going on at this point in time, universally and personally, you know. But like I said, this is high priestess energy, and that's what high priestess energy is all about, tapping in to the secrets, which really are not secrets, you know, to us. They're only secrets because for the most part, a lot of us in many different ways, regardless of what type of life you have lived, and regardless if you're quote unquote spiritual or not, at the end of the day, majority of us don't know about these quote unquote secrets because of the simple fact that we're wired, to be honest, where our brain literally is wired to not go within, to seek answers outside of us, ourselves, and not tap in and have those discussions and wait for those answers. But moving on, that's something else, another video. But on the 2 frequency, you grow because you've taken on that energetic knowledge. You've armored yourself with that knowledge. You know that you need to move forward wisely, not just wisely like in the sense that we know it, but celestial wisely, meaning you're able to operate in and with those higher vibrations mentally, emotionally, and therefore physically, as well as terrestrial, which is the physical world, and underworlds, meaning, you know, when we get in those lower vibrational phases and seasons and cycles and stuff of our life, we can handle it better. Why? Because you've armored yourself with the knowledge that you needed for yourself within this point of your life, or whatever point you're at. You know, you've armored yourself with the knowledge. So that's that 2 energy. That's that high priestess energy. That's that 2 frequency, because now you're able to bring more balance. Why? Because you've armored yourself wisely, celestial, terrestrial, and underworlds wisely, of your subconscious, conscious, and your conscious subconscious. You know, that's with and within your journey, which is winter energy. You know, that's Hierophant energy. And that's full energy, and the high priestess energy all together, Ashe. Now, the 2-dimension, as I said, that's the y-axis. So that's when energy starts to gain height. It's where an object energetically turns into a shape, you know, a 2-dimensional shape, like a square or a rectangle. You know, it's no longer just a non-existent line that never ends. It's the start of a plan. It's of a purpose with some type of point and reason, regardless if, like I said, regardless if you are aware of it or not. Energetically, this is what's going on with us. You know, as far as our soul contracts, you know, energy goes where energy flows. Now, 5 energy, like I said, that's Hierophant energy. Now, 5 numerically, that is like movement. That's changes and shifts. And it's usually in a huge and monumental way, regardless if we see it or feel it or maybe think it. And it could be, and when I say huge and monumental, that does not necessarily mean it's going to be in a good way and stuff, you know. So either we're going to vibe high in a huge way or low. It just depending on how you armor yourself and what you are and are not aware of about yourself, friend. So 5 also symbolizes an equilibrium, you know, or balance. It implies to maintain a healthy sense of portion in your life in terms of material and spiritual dimensions. Ashe, because 5 is, like I said, it's all about those changes and huge shifts and things like that. But like I said, no matter if it's a high vibrational shift or a low vibrational shift, that big change is all about you maintaining balance within that aspect of your life, within that specific phase and cycle. And the 5 frequency is observance, you know, and present, being present, and mentally, physically, and emotionally in your life. Because when you're present fully present mentally, emotionally, and energetically as you'll be present physically. Then you're present wholeheartedly, like 1000%. That's what I get when I think about the 5 frequency. You can actually learn from that frequency from a mental standpoint, as an emotional standpoint, therefore an energetic standpoint, because you're present, which means you're looking at the details of your present life, your present situation, and weeding it out to create the space of what it is you desire from a spiritual standpoint, meaning an energetic standpoint and perspective, if you're aware of it. So the 5 dimension is seeing past our present world, what we physically experience, that we physically feel, our present world, in a world slightly different. The 5th dimension is where you see yourself the same, but you're doing better in that situation. Like you see your current situations, high and low, but you see, whatever you want to obtain, like to push yourself further and go even further in life and higher in life, you see yourself there as well. Even if you're in a healthy, at a healthy place within your life physically, but you say, okay, I want to go even further with this. Like, let's say you, got a job and you was like, one day I want to be a supervisor. And then you hit that mark and you're like, what? One day I want to take this and go even further. Like I overheard somebody one day ear hustling. I couldn't help it. Not that they were saying anything interesting, but it was interesting. But it was a woman on the phone while I was out and about, and she was like working at, I can't remember, but it was like a fast food restaurant or something. But I overheard her mention how she wanted to open up her own. And I was like, so for me, I was like, oh, that'll be good. Bless, peace, love, and bliss to you. I hope everything works. I didn't say that to her because she was having a private conversation, but mentally, I sent her the good vibes because I hope that works out because we all have goals. So things like that. That's what the 5th dimension is all about. It's seeing where you're at currently, no matter if it's a high or low place, because you're no longer focused on the present from in a way that's negative or in a way where you cannot see yourself going further. You're not limiting yourself is what I should say, because as energetic, multidimensional beings, we are supposed to always grow and become the best version of ourselves and all types of aspects. I can't say, every aspect because, but every aspect eventually, but in all types of aspects. I'm just going to leave it at that. But, like I said, it's being able to discard that type of stuff, those type of energies, that stagnation that creates the struggles of our lives. The 5th dimension is you being stripped down to nothing, to the bare minimum, mentally, emotionally, and energetically, and still being able to see, feel, and express your peace, your balance, your strength, first energetically, then physically. Because if you can hold onto and maintain your peace and happiness mentally and emotionally from a place that is truly true to you and represents you, then you figured out your key to life on how you can obtain and maintain true peace and happiness and a polarized equilibrium between your inner beauty and your inner ugly sides, your inner light and your inner dark sides, your inner hurt and inner pain with your inner peace and your inner happiness. You can maintain all of that. Your inner soul with your outer soul, meaning your inner energy with your outer energy, what you're able to call in, how you're able to work with it. As within, it is throughout. As it is above, it is below. Overall, friend, meaning, you're able to maintain hope and peace within and with the higher version of you and the lower version of you as you are now. So that's what the last quarter moon and the waning crescent moon on a energetic level and dimensional level, as well as a tarot perspective. That's what it all was told and downloaded to me when I sat with energies and stuff to get a better understanding of how we're affected and effected in life. This week also emphasizes the root chakra, which is, as you all know, the house of security, shelter, and it's your self-love. The lower heart chakra, which houses our love, our forgiveness, compassion, trust, and our empowerment. Some would say this is our deepest connection with our divine ether parents of all creations. It's where our soul sits because we are the physical manifestations of love, as I mentioned earlier. The higher heart chakra is our etheric heart system. For those of you who don't know, it's the connection to the soul and physicality. It also connects the connection between the heart and the throat chakra. So once it's active, you can speak from the heart with divine compassion. This chakra is also about selfless love, learning to love all beings with understanding that we are all one because we all came from one creator. We're all interconnected energetically, therefore physically. This chakra is also a reminder that we are a reflection of our divine ether parents' love as to what we believe love to be. You know, Ashe. So, okay, friends. Yes, the lighting is way different because I couldn't finish the video earlier and stuff because I had to go get my kids, and now it's like later in the day. So that's why the lighting looks different. But just to finish what I was saying earlier and stuff about this week with the overall, the purposes of the last quarter moon and the waning crescent moon, this week is predominantly about grounding yourself in your root chakra, as well as the earth star chakra. The earth star chakra is just our connection to Gaia, to the planet Earth. And whenever I think about this chakra, I think about just overall the earth element. And the earth element, to me, it always puts me in the mind frame of thinking about the physicality, you know, just ourselves physically, and not really the energy, but just physically, as far as what we physically see, what we physically feel, about, yeah, just what we feel, the physicality of life. So this week, to me, this energy, for the most part, this time of the month, during this moon cycle, it's all about grounding yourself in what you feel to be the most supportive, I'm going to say, overall, to be true to you, that supports you as far as feeling secure, feeling safe, feeling more unconditional love for yourself, towards yourself, and doing things that mentally, emotionally, and physically support you being. One second. Okay. As I was saying, that was my 3-year-old. That could be a sign, like a lot of us need to tend to our inner child. You know, our inner child needs some healing, meaning, you know, we need to definitely address that. I'll say this, my son coming in like that out of nowhere, because I closed the door, but he busted in some type of way, shape, or form, because he can't open that door. But like I said, that to me is an omen that a lot of us need to tend to our inner child, because our inner child does not feel secure. That's why a lot of times us as adults, you know, at least adults in the physical sense, always are trying to figure out, okay, how can I make ends meet? in some type of way, shape, or form. You know, how can I, you know, when you're truly connected to yourself, when you feel safe, when you feel secure, when you're connected not only to your physicality, meaning earth star chakra, the earth, how you move and function, but your energy as well, meaning your root chakra, and you have that unconditional self-love. You're always in connection to both, not only yourself physically, but energetically. You know, there's no need to worry. You know, there's no need to be concerned about anything because you're balanced. And that's what the overall energy this week in regards to the last quarter moon and the waning crescent moon is all about to me. It's all about, if you do not feel balanced, if you sitting with that overall, and to simply put it, sitting with that, getting to the core of it, having a mental understanding of the emotions that this experience is triggering within you. So that's low vibrational emotions. And if you're currently experiencing having a high vibrational experience at this time, then this moon phase is all about how to maintain it. You know, and it's going to be all across the board in every aspect of your life. Like really sitting down and looking at, okay, where are you vibing high and where are you vibing low? Just don't focus on the areas of your life where you're struggling, you know, where there's confusion, where there's lack. Look at even your where you're winning, you know, friend, where you're killing it. Also look at that stuff because of the simple fact that you want to maintain. You know, you don't want the your lower vibrational experiences to leak into your higher vibrational experiences. Overall, we as adults and even children, you know, we want to level up in all aspects, right? Right. So with that being said, don't just focus on just the low vibrational this week experiences, meaning your challenges, your obstacles, friend. Also look at the high vibrationals and look at, okay, what areas where, like, if you are, let's say you have a bomb ass job, you're killing it, you doing well for yourself, or you know, or whatnot, or you have the bomb ass relationship, you know, you and your person are just the best couple and stuff. As far as on a personal level, you know, you got it together. You know, you was trying to get your health together in some type of way, shape, or form, and you finally found a routine. I hope that y'all didn't hear that, but you finally found a routine that works for you. How do you maintain it? You know what I'm saying? And then once you figured out how to maintain it and what things that you have noticed in the past that you have in a healthy way stop doing to obtain this type of connection, rather it be with somebody else, an actual object, a goal and within that you've reached in your life, regardless, you've reached that point. Now everything is good. You feel safe. You feel secure. You're feeling that love. You know that experience is feeding love into you and not taking it from you, where you feel that instability, where you feel that lack, where you feel that where you don't feel the love. You know, that experience is reflecting the self-love that you're giving to yourself energetically, regardless if you know it or not. How do you hold on to that? So also take that in consideration this week. Don't just focus on just, oh, I'm with this person and they ain't shit, you know, or I'm trying to, for example, lose weight and I'm having a hard time fighting my craving, getting over my cravings, or, you know, I have this job and it ain't paying me that well, or you got like I said, a good ass job and the pay is awesome, but you might have a family or you might not have a life and stuff like that because you got to work all the time, you know? So therefore you're not taking care of yourself i.e. you're not able to give love on yourself and stuff and bring more balance because you're always tired. Things like that. So really sit down this week, friend, and consider that. Okay, so moving on. That's the overall general purpose of the last quarter moon in general. Now, specifically for this week, for the month of October, when I sat and was looking at the energy and studying the energy and stuff surrounding us this week, this is what I came up with. So, this was what I talked to my higher self about, and this is what, you know, looking at different things and stuff. So this week, the last quarter moon being being in the sign of Cancer, it's all about staying balanced. Staying balanced in your oneness, your truth, your peace, your strength. So now that we've started the release of clearing our mind so we can be in more control of our destinies and more aware of our lessons, the last quarter moon is here to teach us where inside ourselves we've experienced balance. What did we do? How did we do it? How long we held on to it, and what happened that made us become imbalanced. So with the last quarter moon being in Cancer, the energies within our subconscious mind is reminding us to walk in our truth and in ways that are supportive of that truth. So that way you don't get scared, you know, regardless if you acknowledged when you're scared or not. Overall, when you're doing the inner work, because a lot of us don't realize when we're actually scared. Because when you're truly doing that inner work, you'll realize it's things that I have realized about myself that I never would have, because I'm strong. You know, I did this, I did that. And it's like, girl, you a punk. You know, when you really facing yourself, you and stuff, and that stuff come out of you, and you man, the inner work really is no joke. It is no joke. But at the end of the day, it's so you, like, this season is to push you. I mean, this season, as far as the moon phase, is so that you don't get scared, especially with this last quarter moon being in Cancer. It's so you don't go scaring yourself off, you know, so it's so you don't get tilted, and then you don't get deterred. Because a lot of us find ourselves repeating the same lesson, especially at this time of the year when it's getting cold, you know, and it's all because we did not I'm not going to say you actually didn't sit down, but you need to go deeper. If you find yourself repeating the same lessons, or you're hitting highs, but then you're also hitting lows and you can't maintain those high vibrational experiences, it's because there's still work to do, especially if you're still repeating the same lesson. Like, for example, I have had, throughout my life thus far, some really good paying jobs and stuff, but because of where I was at that point in time, I lost a lot of good paying jobs, you know, and I could not understand. But there was the lessons that I had to learn about myself that at that time I wasn't aware that I needed to face them. You know, it was just life happens, you know, yeah, it was my fault, or it was somebody else's fault or whatnot. And, you know, which put me in a lot of different positions, which added to me doing things that was not healthy and things like that. So really sit down. Like I said, you know, this energy is, like I said, it's not to scare you off and deter you. It's to really help you, but you gotta balance yourself and stuff, and ground yourself, and so that way you won't run off scared or feel dejected. That's the word that I just heard. Dejected. That's not in my notes, but that's the word I just heard. Dejected, rejected. Dejected and rejected. For some reason, when I heard the word dejected, I just pictured somebody like, hopefully this not a trigger, but somebody like in a car accident and they got, is that a word? I don't know, but dejected out of the car. Like they flew out of a car and stuff. Like this energy, that's what this energy is like, it's trying to help you from getting into like a major car accident internally, as far as your internal energy, where you get ejected out of the car. But I heard the word dejected, like when you think of the prefix D, I don't really know what the prefix D, or if that's even if that even is a prefix, but I think of somebody who got like a door closed on them. That's what I'm seeing right now, like a door closed on them, and you're feeling sad and stuff. So, but that's more so on the lines of rejected. So right now it's being told to me like, okay, well, in order to avoid feeling rejected and like life is rejecting you in some type of way, shape, or form and stuff, which would create that internal car accident vision that I just saw, and you getting ejected out of you know, in an accident of that type. Like I said, I hope I'm not triggering anybody. They're trying to, like, energy is trying to avoid that, but in a healthy way. Okay, if you catching my vibes, it's kind of choppy, but moving on. The last quarter moon / waning crescent moon phase is the week we ask our hows. How am I balancing, operating from love and inner conscious? You know, because this week we're focused on our second dimension, you know, our emotions. The second dimension is when things, you know, life as we know it starts to gain height within our experiences, no matter if it's high or low, i.e. the crest of the crescent moon. Because when I looked up the word crest, that was in the definition of crest, it had mentioned like that's the top of the mountain. So think about it, friend. When we're going within, we're actually climbing. You know, even though you're descending, you're climbing. You're climbing over your obstacles. So at this time, the moon phase, it's the waning crescent, because if you remember in my I forgot one of the videos last week, I had broken down the waning, the meaning of waning, and how that was, how the definition says something to the point of that's when we're at our weakest point and stuff. So right now, mentally, energetically, we're at our weakest point and stuff. And I'm only focusing on the mental because that's what my higher self downloaded to me. The fall season is all about the mental body. So right now, which is where everything starts. And then from there, you move forward, you know, bless. So like I was saying, so right now we're at our weakest point energetically, because A, is winter season. We're going within, we're rebuilding ourselves. So this is the point this week. The waning crescent week is when we start to really rebuild it. Like last week during the waning gibbous, we were figuring out what we need to in order to bring things in balance. Turn that down, please. And then the this week is all about, okay, now to put the blocks. We took all of the stuff out the wall, our protection, our aura. Yes, our aura. You know, we took all of that out. The things out that was depleting our energy, you know, making our shield of protection weak, our auras weak, allowing the stuff, because you know our auras is our shield of protection. The brighter you shine, the harder it is for those darker energies, those lower vibrational energies to get in, meaning our mental body, which is the gateway to everything. So as I was saying, when it comes to the our energy and stuff, damn, I'm losing my daggone train of thought. But anyway, friend, I was in the zone, then I lost it. Overall, friend, right now with because that's not part of my notes. That's why and stuff. It was channeling. But overall, friend, like I was saying, this is a week where, okay, now we're starting to implement a stronger force. You know, the nutrients. That's something like the nutrients, you know. Okay, how did that, by asking the hows. How do I stay in balance? You know, do it however you feel best and works for you, friend. I can't tell you. Tap into yourself so your higher self can tell you, excuse me, and the God of your understanding, our divine ether parents of our creations, ask them, shit. Because, like they say, the answers are within. Can't nobody tell you the best, give you the best resolutions for you, but you know, your higher self. That's how. Because it's been there, done that. That's why that energy reincarnated as you. Bless. But anyway, moving on. So, remember last week, oh, that's why I got that download, because I'm about to get into it again. So, as I was saying, last week, I went over the meaning of the waning gibbous moon when I broke down the words waning and gibbous. Now we're entering the waning crescent moon phase. So, we're taking all the info we gathered last week during the gibbous phase, the mindset, the actions, the thoughts. Okay, so like I was saying, the last week, the gibbous moon phase was all about gathering those mindsets, the actions, the thoughts, and thought processes that we used, applied, and utilized that weren't really helping us and supporting us, and flipping it this week, but in a healthy way, you know, using it to dissect our emotional body so that we can truly grow and flow out of our lesson soul contracts irrefutably and irrevocably, Ashe. So the Cancer waning crescent moon is showing us our emotional strengths to remind ourselves we are strong. We are, friend, way more than you realize it. Okay, this moon also is to let us know that we are fit enough. You know, this energy is fit enough mentally, emotionally, to not only pass your current mental, emotional lesson, but to surpass your expectations, friends, for yourself. Hashtag Cancer cardinal modality, showing that leadership within yourself, within your life, but you got to show it within yourself energetically and stuff. That's how you level up. Because after this week, we'll experience the Leo waning crescent moon. And when that comes, it's with a fixed modality. And that fixed modality is to show us where we're fixed at within our physical lives that are our mental and emotional triggers, so that way we can stabilize it and truly work those internal energetic muscles within our mental emotional mind to remind ourselves of the logic of this phase, you know, / this cycle of our life, so we can have a mental understanding of our emotions. How? By remembering we signed soul contracts, and we are constantly signing soul contracts, friend. So with that being said, we're going to experience the highs and the lows within our lives regardless, because that's what we signed up for energetically, unbeknownst to us. Or, you know, a lot of us know about soul contracts, but it's like my higher self is me and the shy side like this. It's way deeper than any YouTube channel, any guru, specialist, and stuff has ever said and stuff. Like the things that I'm showing is mind blowing. But anyway, my higher self meaning. But like I said, how? By remembering we signed soul contract. I said that already. Okay, so overall, it's to ask, okay, this week, how long do you want to ride with and within your high and low vibrational karmic contracts, friend. You know, this energy is going to push you to and stuff to make that decision. I'll go over that more, and you'll have a better understanding tomorrow when I talk about the Cancer waning crescent moon. But this week overall is to ask us how long you willing to ride with this cycle, regardless if it's high or low. You know, if it's a high vibrational, where you're experiencing, I can't say if, but where you're experiencing high vibrational experiences, okay, how long do you want to hold on to that? What are you willing to sacrifice? And when that's a word that come to mind. When I say sacrifice, it's overall just saying, okay, what are you willing to let go in the physical sense that is not of service? The way we're taught as far as sacrifice, it's in a way where, to me, it's more taught in an unhealthy sense, because it's like you got to give up something. Like, for example, when it comes to people when they want to lose weight, and I'm just saying this because that's the easiest thing. When it comes to people when they want to lose weight, it's like, okay, I got to give up sugar completely in order to get over this. But at the same time, that's not really 100% healthy, because depending on your vibe and the frequency you on, because everybody can't do it. So then you find yourself having these strong cravings, because that's just where you're at in life and stuff, you know. So is it truly healthy for you? Because now you're creating more friction within than you actually are releasing. If you get what I'm saying, you catching my vibes. But this week, is all, so it's like, okay, well, how do I do it? How do I keep that balance? Don't go seeking answers 100,000% on other people. Let those answers come to you and stuff. That's how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to have dependent relationships with each other. We're not supposed to be 100% looking at what other people did and how they did it and stuff, because that's not going to be 555 right now. I say on the clock. So more it be. But anyway, we're not going to be, that might be a message for anybody. So anyway, as far as change, because my message is going to change you in major ways. But anyway, toot my own horn beeping. Never mind. But friend, for real, this energy is going to push you to make those big changes, because it's going to make you really look at yourself. Moving on. But like I said, it's going to ask you how long you want to ride with your contracts. And it's all dependent upon you. Regardless if you choose the best option for you, that will call in high vibrational experiences or low vibrational experiences. It's all up to you, friend, overall. No matter if there are other people involved or not, you have to do what's best for you. Even if you choose the option that really isn't giving the best supportive results that you seek and or need, the Leo waning crescent moon is going to let you know. Because remember, we're in and we're surrounded in and with energies to move on in the way your higher self, your intuition, sorry, the camera cut off. So, the way our divine parents of all creations, our ancestors, our angels, specifically your guardian angels or the angels you work with, and so on, you know, is guiding you to do, because Leo energy is pushing us energetically to descend further and further into our shadows, while simultaneously ascending. Hashtag true yin yang energy, you know, hashtag true balance. We have to descend in order to ascend out of the physical triggers that this Leo waning crescent moon is revealing to us individually, per our vibe, per our frequency, and per the energetic, mental, emotional power that you can handle. Meaning, like, you know the saying, God don't put more onto you more than you can't handle. And when I say that Leo's going to be focusing more on the physical, that's only because of the simple fact that this is masculine energy. Masculine energy, to me, always, you know, is always, society has put the stereotypes as far as when it comes to a man, you know, not saying men are like this, but, you know, some fit the bill. But anyway, no disrespect to anybody. This is all respectfully, friend. But they're supposed to be simple-minded and just focus on the simple things and, you know, the simple life. And they're only focused on the physical. They don't really F with the emotional part, you know, like, I guess the manly man type stuff, you know, that's that. And so when I think of Leo energy, and stuff, because it has, it's a masculine energy, I'm talking about what we physically, us focusing predominantly on the physical of our physicalities of us, you know, the physical life, what we are physically going through, you know, it's going to be heightened a little bit this week, regardless if you're aware of it or not, you know, depending on your vibe and your frequency, because a lot of us go through a lot of energetic, emotional shifts, but we don't know until it just hits. And, you know, because at some point in time, everybody hits a wall and stuff, but that's why and stuff. So this Leo energy is like, okay, we don't want you to get to the point where you're in such a low vibrational situation because you have all this stagnation and blockages going on energetically that you break, you know, because you've been in this lesson for much longer than you should have been, you know, catch my vibes. But like I said, that's where we have to look deeper into certain things. Like I said, God don't put more onto you than you can't handle. Cause it's like, how is that, friend? You know, how is that? It's because we're always co-creating what we physically create with some type of energy and or energetic being, friend, which is why it's so important to create and co-create a strong, deep, unconditional relationship with yourself physically, within yourself internally, meaning your higher self, ergo, the God of your understanding. Not saying that your higher self is God, but, you know, that's the part of you, that's the reflection of God that carried, and, you know, your soul is carrying on a lot of trauma from, I shouldn't say a lot, because some souls are new, but your soul carries on. If it's your soul have lived physically multiple lifetimes, you know, because there's so many timelines going on, as well as timeless times, you know, going on. Your soul could have been up in the ethers for eons of time, where there's, because of it's timeless, it's the timeless realms. So when it decides, like, okay, I want to come back down to this planet, this dimension and whatnot and stuff, it's carrying all those energetic, aka Akashic records, with it into this lifetime. So you have to have a connection with your higher self, because at the end of the day, your higher self came down here to do something in the physical world, you know, and it wanted to be physical for a purpose, i.e. our own individual purposes in life, our own purposeful missions, as vessels of God of your understanding. And it's also your soul, which meaning you, because you and your soul is supposed to be one. Our physical energy and our energetic higher self energy became one. Hashtag why we have tropical and sidereal birth charts. Catch my vibes, friend. So, hopefully that didn't go over over nobody's head. But for those of you who like know about the birth charts and stuff, you catching my vibes, bless. But those of you who don't, look into it. I look at both. It means something, bless. Anyway, moving on. But like I was saying, it's, as I mentioned, the higher chakra. That's my main point. It's good because your higher, when I say ergo, the God of your understanding, like I was saying, it, because I don't want to confuse anybody. It's not that, you know, that, oh, you're God. When you hear people say, oh, what up, God? When I say God, Goddess morning, or if I call somebody a God or a goddess, that's because they are, like I said, we are a reflection of God from the loving standpoint that we understand majority of the time physically, even energetically, but we're still learning, all of us. We're still learning, period, point blank, blessed. But anyway, moving on. So I'm about to wrap this up. So, because I'm at the end of my notes. But moving on. So, like I said, it's so you can build that relationship with yourself and within yourself so that you can not only get that clear guidance that'll come with the Virgo waning crescent moon, but you'll be in position to receive that guidance because energetically you've shown you're ready. How and why? Because you've removed that stagnant energy. You've descended deep within the waters, you know, your waters, friends, your emotional bodies, and discovered a whole new world, you know, a whole new you, friend. Why and how? Because you've removed your inner mental blockages. Therefore, ergo, you feel safer. You feel more secure. You've realized and added to your limitless self-value, #root chakra, zero energy, the full energy, and brought balance with your inner secret wisdom, #Hierophant and High Priestess energy, 2 and 5 energies and frequencies within the lower heart chakra, the chakra of forgiveness, compassion, and self-empowerment, allowing us to merge and ascend with and within our higher selves because now we're operating at our highest frequency and vibration required to transform and transmute low karmic soul contracts into higher and higher ones. #ascension and descension simultaneously. I say so more D. So that's all I have for you, friend, in regards to this week as far as the overall energy this week. Like I said, I was pulled to pull some cards, so cause I should have been done with this. Okay, so what message does what message do we have this week for our friends for motivation? Also this week, like today, I was pulled to for those of y'all who like are early 80 babies or whatever around that time, like me. You know, y'all, it was a group, 2 groups, Dead Press and MOP, and MOP made this song called Annie Up. Yeah, get that fool. Annie Up. Like, I heard that today. That reminded me of this energy, like the overall energy. And then Dead Press made that song hip, hop, hip, hop, hip, hop. Don't pull from the top, pull from the bottom. Okay. No, okay, I'm being told to shuffle my ancestor cards. Okay, so like I was saying, so that was, I heard that song, and that was all, that just reminded me of the energy, like I said this week, because this energy is all about, like, listen, either you gonna get it or you gonna get it. Especially with the, oh damn, okay, no, excuse me. I noticed that, especially with the cause the new moon, it's gonna be in Scorpio, and on top of that, it's like a partial lunar eclipse, friend. Ooh, bless. Okay, bless. Okay, friend. So let's get into the inspiration this week. So we have here the Moksha of Kali, and this came out reverse. So it says relief shall come swiftly Soon you will see things differently. You are going to be liberated from the struggle you are currently experiencing. Be true to yourself and your life path, and you will attract the way forward. You will overcome all opposition, be released into improved circumstances, and be supported to bring your sacred path to fruition. But that came in reverse. And then this came out reverse. Upright. You see what it says? I don't know if y'all can see this. This damn camera. I don't have no freaking iPhone, y'all. I'm not into that. But you can see, hopefully, it says have courage, strength, fearlessness, warrior. Like I said, this energy is going to push you. It's going to send triggers, especially with this Leo waning crescent moon. But that's also that you can move out of your lower vibrational experiences at this time. Hold on to the higher vibrational experiences and truly level up. You know, especially with this month being the month of the 10th house. Go look at my other videos from last week where I broke down like what this month overall means and stuff. You know, how to really lock in and lock down your leadership #Emperor energy. You know, and to have a better understanding of how to really, I just heard shoot your shit and stuff, aim high and not lose. That's what this energy is about. It's not going to be easy, but it can happen. Bless. But right now, you know, things can work out for you. That's how I'm taking this message, you know, especially with the 3 of Wands. This is Empress. The Empress rules the number 3s. So when I look at, okay, I've been told to look, like my higher self been telling me all types of stuff. So with the 3 of Wands, friend, hold on, I gotta look at my notes. So when, so when I see the wands come up, you know, typically we think about work and social activities. But wands, they gave me summer vibes, which is balance. And then it also reminds me of the earth element, maybe because the wands are always made out of wood. I don't know, but it also reminded me of the cardinal modality, and also it reminded me of the beta brain waves. Shout out for those of y'all get into those, learning those the brain waves and their and what their functions are and stuff. But overall, hey friends, so what I'm getting right now with this 3 of Wands is the fact that, okay, all of us we all need to work. You know, we all need to work, but we also want to have fun and enjoy life. That's summertime vibes. You know, that's the medicine wheel. Things like that. Summertime is always about that energy is all about balance. You know, having fun in the sun, but also you also know your work paid off. Everything's supposed to really come to fruition, that balance energetically, I mean, where you had that balance in the summertime. So this 3 of Wands is saying, hey, you know what it takes to bring that balance between your work life and your social life, meaning as well as between your energy, like your purpose, meaning like what your soul, why you're so incarnated as you. The whole purpose of the soul's journey in a physical sense is to release those low vibrational karmic contracts. It's because it can't do it in the ethers. It's not, you know, it already created these energetic imprints, which is the Akashic records. You know, it's already on some timeline somewhere in some dimension, in multiple dimensions, you know. And in order to reverse that, they got to come down here and redo everything and stuff to change those timelines up, which is part of our purpose, you know, as vessels, as some people like church folks and stuff say, or I've heard church folks say, I am a vessel of God and stuff. No, respectfully, I'm saying that. No, for real. like, respectfully. I don't mean to, I hope I didn't offend anybody. But, like, that's what this Three of Wands. So it's saying in order to really bring things, a change about and stuff, and have courage, figure out what it is that you need to do for you to have that balance. That's why I feel like the Three of Wands came out upright while these cards came out in reverse. Bless. That's all I have for you, friend. I hope that I have helped you in some type of way, shape, or form. Get through this week energetically as well as physically. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I have an outro that I was told to say, and I don't know my memory just as of yet. But overall, thank you for letting me be your connect and to the astral realms and your vibe, friend. If you call my vibes and like me, you resonated with the messages for today, then go ahead, ring my notification bell, smash that friend button, aka the subscribe button, friend. Make sure you choose the personalized option from the bell drop down menu, so the next time I call to spill that energetic detox tea, you won't miss my call, babes. Remember, we made high and low vibrational soul contracts before we were born, to help us realign our energy, figure out what's really going on per our individual and collective souls, vibrations, contracts, and so forth. All the answers are within us. You know, it really is. Blessed. So make sure you tell yourself every freaking day, I am irrefutable. BKA, I'm impossible to deny. Be more patient with yourself, friend. Love yourself unconditionally. It takes patience and it takes time, but you can do it, because whatever you mentally think and emotionally back up, that's what you physically create. Ashe. So stay blessed up, friends, and I'll see you either in the next video or the astral realms. Peace, love, and bliss. Bye.